Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to another Thursday night here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. I do apologize for the delay there. Just before I went to go hit the live button, the iRacing decided to take a crash on me, so we had to go ahead and give it a little bit here to go ahead and get back into the session. So I do apologize for the delay. But as you can see here in practice, we got Williams there in the top spot. He is sitting there with a 39.148. Rick Raven there in second spot with a 39.158. Hart in there third, 39.167. Frazier fourth with a 32.208. And rounding out the top five is Simpson there with a 39.249. This is just practice. Anything can happen here going into qualifying. But before they go ahead and get into qualifying, let's go ahead real quick and look at the championship standings here coming into tonight. And sitting there in the top spot, we got Lance Anthony there with 258 points. In second spot, Dylan Williams with 227. Brian Edwards with 204. Sitting in third. In fourth, we got Garrett Hagan there with 196 points. 195 points, we got Edson Santos. In fifth. In sixth spot, we got C.J. Harden with 170 points. William Rucker there in seventh. He is sitting at 162 points. Calix Wetzel there in eighth, 148 points. Anthony Yuns in ninth with 127. Travis Rucker in 10th spot with 124 points. 11th, Bradley Williams, 109. Rick Raven there in 12th, 107. Aaron Harbart there in 13th, 102 points. Andrew Fay in 14th, 101 points. And rounding out the top 15 in points, we got James LeGriven there with 94. And then before they get into qualifying, let's go over the team points coming into tonight. Gigabyte Racing there in the top spot with 543 points. CRT Pulse Racing with 527. In third, we got Team Name Motorsports, 319. In fourth, True North Racing, 292 points. In fifth, Real South Racing, 270 points. In sixth spot, we got Legacy Racing, 213. Mr. Rogers Racing in seventh, 183 points. In eighth, Anthony Rucker Motorsports, 147 with 141 points. In ninth spot, we got Built Different Incorporated. In 10th, we got Team iCar with 106 points, 46 Motorsports in 11th with 5, and Conco E Motorsports rounding out in 12th with 3 points. Well, as they are getting down here to about 2 minutes here left to go in practice, I do want to give a big shout out to the sponsors here for tonight. Those would include MW Cars, Crown Athletics, Magnolia Laser, coming on board and sponsoring the Crown Athletics Racing Tour, the Indy Series here on Thursday night. Thank you guys for coming on board. And tonight's race is presented by Crown Athletics. This is their version of the Indy 500, but instead of the 500, it's the 250. We'll be going 250 miles here tonight at the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's go ahead and see the weather report here real quick. Sunny skies, 67 degrees. Track temp right around 94. I said sunny, is actually overcast. Winds coming out of the south right around 12. Humidity around 74%. You will see the sun pop out from time to time. At least it has been during the practice. I don't know if that's going to transfer into qualifying and or the race, because they can, adjust the weather accordingly. So we'll keep an eye out on that. But as we're getting down to the last minute here of practice, we will go ahead, step away, play the national anthem. I will fix my overlay real quick. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. Qualifying just getting underway here. And on board with Lance Anthony here. Well, not on board, but we're following Lance right now. He just coming out. Aaron there in the 916 out here on track as well. Looks like we got Kiffin, D. Simpson out there. Rick Raven, C.J. Harden, William Rucker, Garrett Hagan, Brian Edwards, Edson Santos is out there on track as well as Alex Offenbach. Get on him here real quick. He's out here as well. So it is going to take about a minute here before they start showing the qualifying times here. Well, as I say, that C.J. Harden has already laid down a lap here. He's the only driver to lay down a lap so far with a 39.544. Still got about 3 minutes here to go in qualifying, so we'll see how that goes. And Rick Raven is now up to the top spot there with a 39.521. Kiffin D. Simpson there in second with a 39.535. We were informed last Thursday night. This is, in fact, a real-life IndyCar driver. So they do have some stiff competition out here. That's definitely going to be somebody to keep our eyes on, as CJ has just laid down a 39.50. Get back here to Garrett Hagan here, sitting in 8th currently with a 30. Yeah. Well, as I say that, he is done with qualifying. William Rucker there in 7th with a 39.530. Brian Edwards currently sitting 9th. He has a 39.665 coming out of turn 4 here to complete his second lap. We'll see if he moves up any here as he crosses the start-finish line. And he'll stay in the 9th position with a 39.597. Rick Raven there. He is sitting in the 7th spot right now. He is somebody we're going to have to keep our eyes on. His first 2 races, he has dominated both races and has back-to-back wins. Looking to go for a trifecta here tonight. But he's going to have some work to do here coming into tonight. As I'm trying to get on Dylan. There we go. Dylan is in 9th. Bradley Williams just getting out here on track. First lap completed, sitting in the 12th position. Edson Santos here in 10th. Anthony Yuns here in 13th. See here when he crosses the start-finish line where he moves up to put Santos up to the top spot there with a 39.418. Bradley Williams crossing the start-finish line for his second lap. Put him up into the 8th spot with a 39.512. And that will conclude the qualifying session here tonight. So as they go ahead and get ready to grid, let's go ahead and show the starting grid here this evening for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Race number 9 at Indy. I did not update this info. I will do that here momentarily. But on the pole, Edson Santos there in the 20 machine with a 39.418. Congratulations once again to that 20 machine on grabbing the pole here tonight. On the outside of him, starting second, we got Kiffin D. Simpson in that Ford machine, rolling off second with a 39.443. In row number 2, we got Lance Anthony in that 52 machine, rolling off third. On the outside of Lance, we have Dylan Williams in the 32. In row number 3, we got the 77 William Rucker rolling off 5th. On the outside of William, we got Alex Offenbach in that 56 machine rolling off 6th. In row number 4, we got the 33 CJ Harden rolling off 7th. And on the outside of CJ, we got the 116 of Bradley Williams rolling off 8th. In row number 5, the 916 of Aaron Hobart rolling off 9th. And 10th, we got Rick Raven there in that 1 machine rolling off 10th. In row number 6, we got Garrett Hagan in the 30 machine rolling off 11th. Brian Edwards in the 11 machine rolling off 12th. In row number 7, we have Anthony Yuns there in the 17 machine rolling off 13th. On the outside of Anthony, we got Travis Rucker in the 83 rolling off 14th. In row number 8, we got Brad Adams in that 76 machine rolling off 15th. On the outside of Brad, we got the 24 of Andy Frazier rolling off 16th. And rolling off shotgun in that 118 machine, rolling off 17th, is Billy Smith. Thank you all for tuning in here this evening. Should be a very good race here tonight. They are rolling off. Let's go ahead and get up to that P1 driver of Edson Santos. We go ahead and wait for that pace car to get out of turn number 3 and 4. Well, actually, this should be turn 4. Wait for that pace car to dive off the safety of pit road. And we will go ahead and wait for Barty the flagman to give us the green flag. And actually, that was turn 3. I'm a turn ahead of myself. Well, actually, no, I'm not. Never mind. If I look at the screen, green flag is out. We are racing here tonight at the virtual Brickyard here for the Crown Athletics 250 here at Indianapolis. And you can see already 2-3 wide down the back straightaway here. Let's go ahead and put that ticker up for everybody to see. Right now, Santos got a little bit of a gap, but you know, still anything can happen here. Get back here to CJ Harden coming down to the start-finish line. It looks like it's going to be that Ford machine of Kiffin D. Simpson going to lead his first lap here and complete the first lap led. So now he's only got 99 more of those laps to lead, and he will finish the race, and, you know, obviously with the victory, but not only that, claim the victor of leading every single lap here at Indianapolis. But Dylan Williams is looking down on the inside of him, going down back straightaway, going into turn number 3. Dylan's now back into the top spot. Edson has dropped all the way back to 4th here early on. But, you know, it's still early on in the race. Probably just, you know, wanting to take it easy here at the beginning part of the race. Because it really doesn't matter what happens here in the first 80 laps. 85 laps. It's really going to be those last 10, 20 laps that really are going to count. As you see there, Billy Smith just laid the fastest lap with a 48.13. And he is sitting all the way back here in the 16th spot. So, I mean, you can go pretty much anywhere you want here. There's action all over the track. We're on Alex in that 56 machine right now. On the outside of Alex, we got the 11 there. Actually, no, we don't. We got the... I got a bad angle here. Oh, that doesn't help me any either. There we go. So we're on Kiffin right now in that 4th spot. In front of him, we got that 916 of Aaron. We pretty much go anywhere on the track here, and there's going to be action no matter where we go. As we're on that 83 there of Travis Rucker, sitting here in 13th spot. Right now, only up a spot where he started the race, but, you know, it's only lap number 5. But get back up here towards the front. We got Dylan Williams making a move up to the lead as Aaron there in that 916 had it for just a moment. But Dylan's going to go ahead and take that spot over. Here comes that 4 machine of Tiffin D. Simpson. Driver, you know, we're definitely going to have to keep our eye on here tonight. Like I said, like I mentioned there in the pre-race, this is a real-life driver competing with these guys here in this league. This is his 2nd race with these guys. Last Thursday, they ran the road course here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and it was good seeing a real-life driver out here racing with these guys, and you know, just enjoying it, having fun. Get back here to 6th. We got Alex in that 56 machine. Battling there with the, well, trying to battle there. Almost contact there between CJ and Brian. Coming out of turn number 4. You're seeing them bobbing and weaving all over down the front straightaway, trying to do anything to try to break up that draft. But now you're seeing Aaron in the top spot. Here comes Dylan Williams again down. Probably going to get a run here down the back straightaway. As you can see, Aaron dropped it down to the bottom to try to break the draft. But Dylan's got drafting help right behind him. We got Kiffin and Anthony Yuns going down into turn number 3. Now, I do know a couple months ago when we did the Indianapolis 500 here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour, turn 2, the exit of 2, was trouble spot for these guys as the run went on. So that's something we're going to have to watch out for here come around lap 15 to 20. Somewhere in around that window is where we are going to start seeing these guys having some handling issues. But Rick Raven there just laid down the fastest lap with a 42.51 there on the last lap. As you can see, he is now up to 7th. Up 3 spots from where he started the race. But the biggest mover right now is that 916 machine there of Aaron, up 8 spots from where he started the race. The next, well, actually now it's Anthony Yuns. He's up 9. Still a long way to go. I mean, we're only on lap 9 here of 100. Still anybody's race. Everybody's still in it. I mean, you even go back here to the 16th spot, the 118 there of Billy Smith. He's still in it, even though he's not in the draft right now. If something would happen in this front pack here, as they are, you know, I mean, it's 2x2, but anything can happen. And, you know, he is sitting in a pretty good spot right now to where if something would happen with these guys, he has plenty of time to slow down and keep that car clean. But Dylan's still battling there with Aaron. And Brian Edwards now down on the inside. I was going to see here if somebody was going to split it 3 wide. But right now they're going to keep it pretty calm, cool and collected. Now, obviously, if it's 2 to go or something like that, that probably would have been a different story. You'd probably see 3, 4 wide down the back straightaway if the opportunity presented itself for these drivers. But Dylan's going to go ahead and lead himself another lap here tonight. Right now, it just looks like a good old-fashioned pace lap at 220 plus miles an hour. But now the front 2 are getting single file for the moment. And it won't last long, I can promise you that. As going down into 3, here comes Brian Edwards to the outside, trying to get to the outside there of Dylan. Not able to do it there in 3. Coming out of 4, Brian's going to drop it down low. And coming to the start-finish line, I think Edwards led that, and now Rick Raven. He took it 3 wide. He's up to the top now. Put Rick up into the top spot here. But the lead changes only count at the start-finish line. Do not count anywhere else throughout the track. Here comes Edwards now looking down to the inside. Put Edwards back up into the top spot. But like I said, I mean, it could switch here coming out of turn number 4. I don't see that happening per se. And yes, Rick Raven actually led that lap. So give Rick a lap lead here tonight on lap number, well, the completion of lap 12. Now they're on lap 13 here. Get back here to the 56 of Alex. He's back here with this second pack. Actually, he's in between the 2 packs. He's pretty much enjoying the peacefulness of not being in rush hour traffic up here like Rick and company are. Rick, Brian, Kiffin, Dylan, Anthony, and CJ. Looks like Edson's laying back a little bit. Might be trying to get a run built up here. We'll have to keep our eye out on that. As Aaron there in the 916 back up to the point. Now Rick is going to lead himself. Oh, yeah, he led himself that lap, barely. Right after they crossed the start-finish line, Aaron took over the lead. This is the battle for first right now. We got Aaron, Rick, Brian, Kiffin, Anthony Yuns. I mean, actually, we can make it the first 8-9 cars out there on track battling for the lead, pretty much. So that is the battle for first. Just stop hitting my mic with my cord there, as Aaron took. I think Aaron led that lap. You got Brian there on the inside. Coming out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Right now, we have not seen the issue that we saw when they did the Indy 500. So, not sure if it was lessons learned from that race or if the track conditions are quite different to where the handling's not really going to play a factor here tonight. See Brian and Aaron still going at it. You got Kiffin here on the inside battling on with the who is that? Yeah, the 33 is CJ Harden there. Go ahead and get back here with the 17 of Anthony Yuns here. Let's go ahead and get a cockpit cam going on here with Anthony Yuns. This way you go ahead and get a little idea of what's going on out there on the track. Actually, we'll change that real quick. We'll go gyro because I forgot to change my setting there. When you're in the cockpit, you could adjust the setting to where it sounds like you have a helmet on. And I never did change that, so I thought it did, but apparently I didn't. But you can see there, you got Brian, Aaron going at it, still going. Battling back and forth. Kiffin there in that 4 machine, the blue-yellow machine, and then right in front of Anthony Yuns, there's that 33 of CJ Harden. Right now, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Go ahead and get back on TV cam here. That way you all can see the track and the drivers out here battling out for the lead. As well as, you know, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now, we kind of got 2 packs going on here. The first 9 cars here are in a pack. Garrett Hagan is rounding out the top 9. And then back here in 10th is the 2nd pack of Alex Offenbach, Lance Anthony, Bradley Williams, William Rucker, and Travis Rucker. And tailing that pack is the 24 of Andy Frazier. I don't know if that's by design, but these guys are all single file. And then these guys are 2 by 2 by 2, top, bottom. They're racing it out while the guys in the back, 10th on through 15th, are just pretty much taking it easy right now, keeping it cool. Do know, you know, pit stops are going to be happening here momentarily. Don't know exactly when that's going to take place, but I would expect here probably around 40 to lap 50, somewhere in that window. We got almost 3 wide for the lead there between Brian, Raven, and Aaron. Right now, they're racing it as if they still got new tires on these cars. So looks like they're having a lot of fun. Kind of make me jealous right now. Sitting here in the broadcast booth, watching the show. I kind of want to be out there enjoying it with them, but also enjoying being up here in the booth broadcasting for all you out there tuning in, watching these guys battle it out here for the lead for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all the way to 9th. Like I said, that 2nd pack, 10th through 15th, they're all single file, taking it easy right now. And a big shout out to the sponsors. Tonight's race is sponsored by Crown Athletics. Thank you guys for sponsoring tonight's Indy 250 here tonight at the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Also want to give a shout out to MW Cars and Magnolia Laser for sponsoring season number 2 here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Indy Series. As Rick, we're only on lap 23, but this is something we got to talk about. Rick Raven, this is his 3rd race with these guys in this league, and so far he is 2 for 2. He's looking to go for the trifecta here in his 3rd race with this league, and he's definitely set a standard for himself here for being the top man since he's been with the league. Tonight's going to be a little bit of a tall task just because of how Indianapolis faces. It's really like a souped up Daytona for those that don't get into the Indy cars that much but prefer the NASCAR style. This is what the Indy version of that is. Just multiply that by almost 2. Instead of going 190, 195 miles an hour, you're going 220, 240. No restrictor plates on these things. Also, these cars are a little bit more fun to drive than the NASCAR Cup cars or the Xfinities. They're just a lot more fun. The center of gravity is a lot lower, obviously, because, you know, they're so low to the ground. You don't have that top weight. But, as we're seeing here, get back here to 10th with Alex. These guys have really dropped off from 9th to 10th. We are looking at a 3.3 second gap between those two drivers. If I could pull up the comparison here real quick. There we go. And we'll get to... So we get on to, well, get on Alex. And then we'll get on Williams. Trying to get this right every time I think I got it right. All right. There we go. We're looking at about a 4.5 second gap now between, well, that's second place, Brian. Oh, Lord. Okay, 3.4. They're racing up front, and everything keeps changing so fast. But Alex has been actually faster the last 2 laps than Dylan. So I don't know if these guys are laying off on purpose or what's going on with these guys, but get back up to the front. Okay. Aaron going to go ahead and lead a lap here as I just realized I got to change something real quick, guys. I do apologize for this. But we got some stuff we don't want to hear going on chatter. So we will get rid of that. I had it set to where those weren't on, but apparently when my iRacing crashed, it reactivated those as we got the leaders coming down pit road. Aaron's down pit road. We got... Oh, it's not working. There we go. We got Aaron, Alex, and Brian Edwards there on pit road. We can go ahead and see the pit stops in real time. We don't have to miss any action that's going on out here on the track. As now Rick Raven's coming down pit road, as well as I believe that is Dylan Williams there in that 32 machine. Now Anthony Young's going to go ahead and take the lead over. So I was 10 laps off. I said lap 40 to 50. They're coming down lap 30 to 35 here from the looks of it. We will go ahead real quick. We go ahead and see how long they've been out. The top 12 still have to come down pit road here. As looks like we got Anthony Yuns down pit road. A whole bunch of people coming down pit road this time. So give me a minute here as we got CJ, Anthony, William, Lance, Travis, Bradley, Andy Frazier, all down pit road. Now Edson's going to go ahead and take over the lead. Garrett Hagan. Kiffin's still out here on track as well. So these three drivers have yet to make their pit stop. I would expect them to be coming down here this time. Yes, here come all three of those drivers down pit road. Going to go ahead and service their cars, and that will complete the pit cycle here. For the first round of pit stops here tonight, that will give the lead up. Might be Rick Raven here. We'll see here how that shapes up here. Because right now Santos is still on pit road. Here comes Rick down the front straightaway. And yeah, Rick is going to go ahead and take over that lead here. He's now getting into one. And Santos is just on going into two there. So yes. Well, actually, here goes Hagan. Santos might be all right. For now. He didn't get swallowed up by Rick, but Rick is in his draft, and he's got more momentum right now than Santos does, as now Rick is down to the inside of Edson. They're going to take the lead over from that 20 machine. Garrett Hagan here in third. You got CJ in fourth. Kiffin, Simpson in fifth. Aaron Hobart there in sixth. Brian Edwards seventh. Anthony Yuns eighth. Dylan Williams ninth. And rounding out your top 10, that 77 of William Rucker. Back here in 11th, we got Lance Anthony, Alex Oppenbach there in 12th. Travis Rucker 13th. Andy Frazier 14th. Bradley Williams 15th. And back here in the shotgun position, the 118 there of Billy Smith. As the leaders are starting to come up to Billy Smith there. As you just saw the fastest lap there by Kiffin D. Simpson with a 40.226. Hopefully everything looks a little bit better than it did last week. You know, last week, trying out my new monitor, and I really didn't change any settings on it other than just going with it. So it looks like it's all right. But I'm not the one out there watching the race. I'm looking at my screen. I'm not looking at the broadcast screen. So my screen looks different than what you guys are seeing on your end. But right now, a little bit calmer than it was there on that first run. You know, still got a couple people trying to battle there. You got Kiffin and that was CJ. Battling it there for a moment. Well, actually, no, Garrett. Now Kiffin is trying to work his way up to Edson Santos there. Got Anthony Yuns here in third, looking down to the inside to Rick, as the 916 has taken the lead back over from Rick. Coming down to the start-finish line here, he's going to be able to lead that lap. I don't want that camera. Let's go ahead here real quick. Why don't we? Go ahead and do a little crank it up style here. Alright, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that little crank it up that we had going on there for you all to just enjoy the sights and sounds of the cars going around the track at 200 plus miles an hour, as well as getting a little onboard time there with a couple drivers within the pack. Back up to the traditional TV cams here. Back up towards the front of the pack here. You got Anthony Yuns now in the top spot. And all the way back to 8th is the 33 there, CJ Harden. And then we got to go back 3.2 seconds, 3.3 seconds here back to the 77 there. William Rucker sitting in 9th. Lance Anthony right behind him. Dylan tailing off here in the 11th spot in that 32 machine. And about a 2.6 second gap here to the 56 of Alex. And then a big, well, not big, but big to the leader. 8.8 back from the leader is Travis Rucker, but he's 1.3 back from the 12th place of the 56 there of Alex. But back up to the main pack here. Pretty much single file right now here between 1st all the way to 9th. But we've seen to where a straightaway can change that, and all of a sudden they're all side by side. But right now they're all single file here. We're already on lap 45 here of 100. Looks like we have 10 of you out there watching right now. Thank you all for tuning in here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. We appreciate everybody coming out, supporting the league, supporting the sponsors. Most importantly, coming over to YouTube and tuning in to Extreme Racing TV and watching the show here tonight over here on YouTube. Make sure if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you go ahead and get informed anytime Extreme Racing TV goes live here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. Yeah, it's not every track that you get that camera, but it is really cool to have that, angle of the cars going around the track. Different aspect of everything that's going out there. So it is nice when iRacing does provide that camera for you, but like I said, it's not at every track, unfortunately. It should be. Gotta get back here to Kiffin here in the 6th position right now. Go ahead and change that back to positions gained. Right now, Simpson, he's down 4 spots. I think he's pretty comfortable where he's sitting at right now. Like I said, they still got to go through. They might actually have to go through 2 more cycles of pit stops here. Because the next pit stop is going to be right around lap 60 to 64. And that'll put them right around the 94, 96 lap window for a splash and go. Obviously, this is all pending that it stays green. A lot can change. Anything can happen between now and then. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, they still got 2 more pit stops to go ahead and make here to make it on fuel. Obviously, I'm going to run this thing dry if I'm a driver. Run it all the way to empty. Come down pit road. Get my full tank of fuel. And that way, only thing I got to do is worry about coming back down pit road, getting that splash and go. And I'm back out there on the track. All I'm going to need is probably not even a second of gas. Just get back around the track a couple more times. Get back here with CJ in that 33 machine, trying to get up to the 4 there of Kiffin D. Simpson. Right now, just a casual Thursday night drive through the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's not getting too chaotic yet. Obviously, we just hit halfway here right now as Billy Smith is on pit road. As I say that, CJ really was on Anthony Yuns there. Got real close to him. And Andy Frazier's also on pit road. As I say, they're being calm, cool, and collected. Brian's definitely trying everything to stay up into the top spot. Aaron, though, he wants that in that 916. He's been up here pretty much all night between P1 and P2. I don't think he's fallen too far back, to be honest with you. I mean, he's up 6 spots. But since he's been up here, he really hasn't fallen back. I think 4th or 5th has been the lowest spot since he's been up here battling with the leaders. I mean, right now he's sitting 3rd. He started 9th. So he's definitely somebody we're going to have to watch out on. Brian Edwards, he's another driver. He's been up here. Since he's been up here, he's up 11 spots from where he started the race. And I don't think he's dropped further than don't even think he's dropped below 5th since he's been up here. Speaking of 5th, well, now it's Anthony Young's there in that 17 machine. It was Kiffin. They're all, looks like we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars there running down the inside. And then we got 5 running the outside. So you see multiple grooves here coming into play. I don't know if that's just because these guys are trying to break the wake through the turns, or if it's just a matter of trying to find more grip out there on the track. As you know, I mean, they've been out here racing green for 54 laps here. Well, 53. They're on 54 now, and you know, all the rubber that's being laid down. You got to try to find somewhere else, you know, over a course of a race here to find some grip. But I don't know if they do that. They don't do that in real life, though. They pretty much notorious for running the bottom throughout the entire race, and that's a 200-lap race. So not entirely sure what's behind trying to do the side-by-side through the turns. Obviously, you know, I get it down the straightaway because you got to run, and you know, you want to go ahead and get the advantage over the driver in front of you while you got it. But I've seen the outside work in real life in the Indy cars, but it's more difficult than you think, especially on the iRacing service. Even though it's the closest thing you can get to the real thing, there's some things that it does miss out on. That, I mean, I'm sure over time they'll be able to get an understanding, but like the side draft and but regardless of that, iRacing does a very phenomenal job of replicating what you would experience if you were behind the wheel in a real Indy car here, in this case, or you know, any other type of race car, whether it be pro lights or street stocks, NASCAR. I mean, you name it, they got it over here on iRacing. So they definitely cover all their bases there when it comes to racing. If you can't find something you don't like racing on iRacing, you've never raced. That's pretty much what they have. They literally have a good layout of everything, whether you like dirt, asphalt, road, oval. But let's go ahead and get back to the action that's going out here on the track, shall we? Let's go ahead and get back here on 10th spot. These guys, you know, we were talking about how they were laying back here. They were about 3.5, 4 seconds back not too long ago. Now they're all back up here with this lead pack from Lance Anthony all the way down to Bradley. No, not Bradley. Garrett Hagan here in 11th. Try to give everybody equal airtime here. You got Billy Smith here. He's 2 laps down currently. He's still out here on track, though. Just enjoying his Thursday night cruise. Andy Frazier looks like he has taken his car behind the wall for the night. Unfortunately for him. Hate to see that happen. Hopefully it wasn't due to, we got pit stops happening here. Alex is coming down pit road. He is the only taker coming down pit road. But back to Alex. Hopefully it wasn't Andy, not Alex. Hopefully it wasn't an instance of having either a computer issue or internet issues. I've had both happen here tonight. Thankfully, both happened before we went live. So far, knock on wood. I got a wood-ish desk, I guess you'd say. As now Brian Edwards is down pit road. Looks like who's behind him? Aaron there in the 916. He's also down pit road. And now Kiffin is the leader here tonight on lap 61 here of 100 for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour here tonight at the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway over here on iRacing. Big shout out to Crown Athletics for presenting tonight's race, as well as Magnolia Laser for sponsoring Season 2 here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour, and MW Cars for coming on board for Season 2 and sponsoring the Crown Athletics Racing Tour. I just realized I don't have that. Probably should have that on. That way you go ahead and take a look at everything. There's the scroll of everything that you need to know with the MW Cars, the Grand Prix thing. That was last week. But we should be seeing these guys coming down pit road here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and get on the stint here. They've been out here 29, 30 laps here. As you can see, Travis Rucker's on pit road. Dylan Williams is on pit road. Bradley Williams is on pit road. You see there Travis, Dylan, and Bradley all coming down to their virtual pit stops here tonight for the second stop. Now we're back up top here. Lance Anthony is taking over the lead. Rick Raven second. Simpson is dropped to third. These drivers have been out here anywhere from 29, now 30 to 32 laps here. So I would expect Rick, he should be coming down here pretty this lap, if not next lap. But is he going to have to pit by himself, or is he going to have the other drivers come down with him? Because these guys have an extra lap or two on what Rick has. So we'll see here. Here comes Rick. Here comes Lance. And it looks like Garrett's coming down with them. No, not Garrett. Anthony Yuns, I should say. There, and William Rucker, and that's 77, also coming down pit road. So now Kiffin back up to the top. Him, Santos, Hagan, Hardin. Still waiting for them to come down, make their pit stop. The last four drivers here. Here comes CJ Hardin. He's all by his lonesome. Now we're down to three drivers still waiting to come down and make their pit stop here tonight for the second round of pit stops to be completed. And so far tonight, this has been the story. Green flag stops. Green flag racing, and been really exciting. There's been moments of single file. There's been moments of two wide, swapping back and forth for the lead. There's been times where it looks like they're going 240 miles an hour doing a pace lap. So we've had pretty much all you can ask for here tonight here for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Indy Series. Sponsored by, well, presented by, I should say, for tonight, the Crown Athletics. As we are getting ready to complete lap number 67 here of 100. We should see Kiffin and them coming down this time, as yes, all three of them are coming down pit road here. So that would put them right at the 100 lap mark. So that's something to keep our eyes on. As you see here, Aaron at 9-16. These guys are going to have to come down for a splash and go. But I think Edson, Kiffin, and Garrett will be good on fuel. If anything, they might have to save about a half a lap. But that could have been the winning move by those three drivers, staying out till the completion of lap 33 to come down pit road, service their vehicles, get back out there on the track. So that's definitely a strategy call we're going to have to watch out here right around lap 90 to see how that unfolds. But you know, that's only 21 laps away, so. Now Brian Edwards is back up to the point. Aaron there in second, Rick in third, Alex in fourth, Lance, Anthony there in fifth, Kiffin Simpson sixth, Anthony Young seventh, Santos eighth, Hagan ninth, and CJ Harden rounding out your top 10 there. Right now, it looks like the top 4 are a group, and then from 5th all the way back to 11th, that's your second group. And then from there, it just, you got stragglers throughout the track there with Bradley, Dylan, and Travis. Get back up to the front here, the top 4 drivers here. I would expect the competition to pick up a little bit more here, as now we're getting, you know, down to the nitty gritty. Obviously, you know, like I was saying, I would imagine the top 5 would have to come down for a splash and go. But Kiffin, he's somebody we're have to watch out for. I do believe, if my calculations are correct, he can go to the end of the race, as we have a driver who, Anthony Young's here, just sitting in the infield grass, no caution. And he has finally towed it. Let's see if we can find out what happened here. He was sitting here for a minute. He just lost it at a 2 and hit the inside wall, lost the nose of that. That's what happened. Okay. Let's go ahead and get back up to the front here with Brian Edwards. Yeah, Brian here in that top spot still. Aaron in second. Alex here in third. Rick Raven there in fourth. Like I said, I don't see these guys making it all the way without stopping for a splash or go. But we'll find out here. If we stay green, we'll find out in 17 minutes and 42 seconds. That's how quick they're winding down this race here. It is 9:21 Eastern, 8:21 Central. Yeah. Well, it'll be 6:21 Pacific time. And what, that'll make it 5:22 Hawaiian time. I think it's 5 hours back from Eastern time. I don't remember exactly. That's one place I want to visit one day is Hawaii. The only time I want to visit though is in the winter. I don't want to go in the summer. I want to go in the winter. Get back here to the second group here with Lance Anthony and company. They're all single file. Once again, just like seems like Lance has been pretty content with the second pack and doing this laying back, and then all of a sudden they pick it up and they get back up to the front pack here. But let's see here real quick. I do believe Lance might be one of them drivers that will be close, if not have to come down for a splash to go. He's been out here 12 laps. '97 will put it at lap 32. The top 5, I believe, will have to come down pit road for at least a splash and go. Simpson, Santos, Hagan, not worried about them. Those drivers can make it on fuel. They don't need any more. Oh, I don't want that. I want that. I clicked the wrong button, folks. Let's go ahead and, let's do something a little different here. Get a little gearbox cam here. Just looking out the back of Lance Anthony here. Looking towards that Ford machine of Simpson. And you see Billy Smith back on pit road again. And here comes Simpson, and not quite up to the bumper there of Lance Anthony. Well, they really don't have a bumper. More of just tire and a fender. Rear fender-ish type thing. Just pretty much the skeleton of the of the Indy car. And let's go ahead and get on Kiffin here. And let's do the reverse. Let's do the nose cam there. So we go ahead and get the front of Kiffin and looking at the rear there of Lance Anthony. As you see, Kiffin really getting a good run there. And you can barely make out that front group there with Offenbach, Edwards, Bart, and Raven there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go back to our TV cam. as that 56 was in the lead there for a little bit. We didn't miss that pass for the lead. They were, taking it pretty easy there for a little bit. And then Alex decided he wanted to go ahead and lead himself one. Rick Raven's down pit road here. I don't believe this is a scheduled stop. 17 laps, he's on pit road here. We'll see how long he's on pit road for. Through 4-second pit stop. So I think he decided he was going to go ahead and do his splash and go now. And here comes another driver down pit road. Who was that? The 916 is down pit road. Aaron down pit road. So pit stops are happening. CJ Harden in that third position just laid the fastest lap with a 42.09. These guys should be catching up here to this tandem up here with Edwards and Offenbach here. 1-2. CJ is about 2.2 seconds back from the lead right now. As you can see there on your right side of your screen, the 32 of Dylan Williams is on pit road right now. I would expect that would be a splash and go for Dylan as well. Here comes Alex down pit road. That'll give the lead up to Brian Edwards. 8.4 pit stop time there for Dylan. So that was more than just a splash and go for Dylan. See Dylan, Alex here, what he decides to do when he gets through his pit stall. If it will be a splash and go, could be right around 4-second lap. No, he's going 6, 7, 8. 8.4 for Alex. Here comes Brian down pit road. That'll give the lead up to CJ Harden. And we'll see here with CJ. He is on lap 20 of his run right now. Ooh, man, that is going to be so close for CJ. He is looking at a 35 lap run. They might be able to go that far. I don't know. Definitely something we're going to have to watch out for here in the last 5 laps. You got CJ now in the top spot. Lance Anthony at 52 in second. Kiffin D. Simpson there in third. Edson Santos in fourth. Garrett Hagan fifth. William Rucker sixth. Travis Rucker seventh. Rick Raven there in 8th, Alex Offenbach there in 9th, and Aaron Hobart rounding out your top 10. You see right now, just a lot of single file. Everybody just keeping it cool here with the top, what is that, top 6 here. William Rucker in that 77 rounding out the top. Well, front group, I should say. But now that we're down here, coming down to 11 to go, we got CJ, Lance, and Kiffin. 1, 2, 3. Edson 4th. Billy Smith back down pit road. Get service on his machine. Anthony Yuns, Andy Frazier have retired for the evening. Andy, unfortunately, that happened 40 laps ago for him. Anthony Yuns had that incident there coming out of turn 2. Looked like he got loose and hit the inside wall, destroying that front nose, the wing on his machine, unfortunately having the tow and ending his night here tonight at the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But we're down to the last 10 laps here tonight. Here, great racing here for the Indy 250 presented by the Crown Athletics. Awesome race here tonight. Strategy definitely coming into play here. As now Lance is looking down to the inside of CJ. And it looks like Lance is going to go ahead and take that spot away from CJ for now. CJ is going to fall back in line here. And can't count this guy out. Kiffin D. Simpson here. I'm sure he's been in plenty of these situations before. Strategy, making the right call at the right time. Just anything can happen. Sometimes luck's got to be on your side. Right now, Lance and CJ, they're hoping for that luck to be on their side. To make the right move at the right time. Personally, if it was me, these cars, I would not want to have the lead here coming down to the final lap. As you can see, Billy Smith still on pit road. We will go ahead for right now and hide that. We don't need to see that. We are down to the final 8 laps here. Get back here up here to CJ. And ooh, I think CJ had that by a nose on that lap. I think. Definitely gonna get really intense here. We're getting ready to come down to, well, we're actually down to 6.5 laps to go here. And here comes Lance Anthony down pit road to make his pit stop. So that pretty much tells me right now that CJ cannot make it. Get ready to come to 4 laps to go here. CJ still holding it tough here. We got the stent up right now. As you can see now, CJ is coming down pit road. So that'll give the lead up to Santos here. Santos and Kiffin. I think, like I said, I think they are good. They are right there on the brink of the fuel window. Rucker's going to have to come down pit road as Kiffin try to make a move there on the outside of Santos. Not able to do it there. But now Kiffin looking on the outside there of Santos down to the start-finish line. Give the lead to Kiffin as we're down to 3 laps to go here tonight. Pretty sure I'm just going to be a betting man here. These guys are locked in on going all the way on what they have. Like I said, I believe they're good on fuel. As you can see there, Kiffin making a move there, trying to make a move on the outside again in 3. Wasn't able to do it last time, and this time the same result, not able to do it. But coming out of turn number 4, he should have a good run. Here comes Rucker down pit road. And yes, Kiffin's going to be able to take the lead there. So I think Kiffin has a good strategy as far as getting a good run there coming out of 4. Because obviously Santos is going to get the lead back here down the back straightaway. But you got to keep an eye here on Garrett too. Can't forget about Garrett Hagan in that 30 machine here. He's right in the mix with these other 2 drivers. He can go ahead and make a move and, you know, split the middle, per se, as we're coming down to the white flag here. 1 more lap to go here tonight at the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Right now we got Kiffin, Edson, and Garrett Hagan here all battling for the win right now. But currently it's Edson Santos here with the top spot coming out of turn number 2 for the final time down the back straightaway. Here comes Garrett Hagan. He's looking to the outside of Kiffin. Now he's on the outside of Santos down through 3 for the final time. Coming out of turn number 3. Oh, looks like Garrett got into the wall. Coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway for the final time. It is going to be Edson Santos grabbing the victory here tonight. Garrett Hagan second. Kiffin D. Simpson third. And Rick Raven, pending anything happening to Rick, he's going to finish 4th. William Rucker is going to go ahead and finish 5th here this evening. But some awesome racing here with the top 3 between Edson, Garrett, and Kiffin. CJ Harden is going to end up finishing 5th here tonight if I could get it out right. But congratulations, Edson, on grabbing the victory here this evening on an incredible strategy call with the top 3. Staying out here 32 laps here to round out the race. Here, he's going to go ahead and you're going to sit there right there at the virtual bricks. Well, folks, we will go ahead. See if we get our top 3 up into the broadcast booth. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. We have gotten the top three here, so let's go ahead and get the interviews underway here tonight. First up, we're going to go ahead and start with that third place finisher here tonight. That would be that Ford machine of Kiffin Simpson. Let's go ahead and get him up in the broadcast booth. Well, Kiffin, just didn't have enough here. You had the right strategy, but unfortunately not in the right spot there on the final lap. Go ahead and top out your race here tonight at the virtual Indianapolis. How was it for you here tonight?
Yeah, I was just looking back at it, and it was pretty much just I was talking in the chat with Garrett on that last stint, and I was saying, yeah, it's probably better to be third in line on the last lap here, but he was very determined to stay third in line, so I was just trying to make it work second in line, but yeah, it didn't quite work out. Got a whole lot of understeer in three, and then that was kind of it. But Garrett and Edson had a great race to the line, and it was good fun to watch.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch. All three of you guys there, last handful of laps there. Really exciting to watch. Definitely kept us on our toes. And, like you said, you were talking about, Garrett saying, I want to be the third car in line and everything like that. But, there you were trying to playing a cat and mouse game there. Looked like with Edson, you try to get a run on him into three, weren't able to do it, but coming out of four, you were able to get past them on the outside, and then obviously Edson get it back down the back straightaway. But obviously, that's just part of the package here with these cars and this track.
Yeah, it's very tough to pass on this track with these cars because you're so easy flat around the whole lap. So you can kind of just hold the inside line the whole way around if you need to. So you really gotta make sure you get enough of a gap to build that run up over a full lap, and that's what Garrett was able to do back in third in line. And I think he just got a little bit wide through three, which is kind of probably why he wasn't quite able to make it to the front. But yeah, kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's still, like you said, it very hard to pass in these cars, but ultimately it put on an amazing show here tonight for the Indy 250. But we look forward to the calendar here, October 3rd. You guys go ahead and head over to Milwaukee here for the Milwaukee Mile. Go ahead and talk about, kind of what are you looking forward to with these cars going into Milwaukee here, coming up here to kick off October.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make that race, but yeah, hopefully I can, and that'd be a fun race to do. Um, I think these cars would probably be pretty fun around that track, so hopefully I can make it.
Oh, hopefully you can get out there and go ahead and redeem yourself here from the third place finish and get second, or if not the victory, October 3rd. But still third place victory, still a good points night for you here tonight, Kiffin. But before we go ahead and let you go, celebrate your P3 finish, podium finish here tonight. Any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before we go ahead, let you bounce here tonight and celebrate your good points finish here in third?
Yeah, just want to thank Lance for letting me join this league and putting it on. Does a great job. Uh, and yeah, thank everyone for showing up.
All right. Well, Kiffin, we're going to go ahead and let you go here tonight. Congratulations once again on your third place finish, and hopefully you can go ahead and make it to Milwaukee here on October 3rd. But until then, enjoy this one. We'll hopefully see you back out there on the track here real soon.
All right, see ya.
Yeah. All right. Now take us down to our second place finisher here this evening. That will be that 30 machine of Garrett Hagan. Let's go ahead and get him up into the broadcast booth. Well, Garrett, not quite able to pull it off here tonight, but you were so close. Go ahead and talk about your race here tonight. How was it for you here at Indy?
Yeah, I mean it was good fun. Big shout out to the American Legion crew there on pit road, keeping us in it with Kiffin and Edson, and And yeah, I wasn't really expecting to do too well here. I've never really done well, so to be able to stay out that long on fuel and keep up with Kiffin and Edson, that's not bad company to be around.
No, it's not. And strategy actually played a factor here tonight. I mean, we went green the entire race from the drop of the green flag to the checkered flag. There was nothing in between all that, and it looks like Edson, yourself, and Kiffin, you were all on the same strategy. On that second stint, run it as long as you can, come down pit road, and that way you go ahead, just run it out to the finish line. Um, I wasn't paying attention to Discord if all three of you guys were in the same channel together, or if that's just
No.
something that happened accidentally.
No, I mean I definitely wasn't planning on fuel saving when I entered the practice session, but when you come in and see just how much the draft impacts your fuel stint, your fuel mileage, you from then on you know it's going to be a fuel mileage race. And yeah, no, I was in the Discord with Kiffin, but not with Edson. And be honest with you, I didn't plan on doing fuel save until I joined the session. So yeah, I mean it it was fun and I'd love to do it again, but that was a lot for no yellows and go green the whole way.
Oh yeah, it definitely gets to you. For those people that think, oh, all you do is do left turns, and there's a lot more that goes into it. And to see you guys be able to pull that off for 100 laps is incredible. And hats off to all you drivers out there tonight, doing an awesome job. Keeping it clean but racing hard against each other. And looking forward, Garrett. October 3rd here coming up. We head to Milwaukee. Go ahead and kind of talk about what are you looking forward to. Obviously, a completely different track from what we just had here tonight. But go ahead and talk about kind of what you're looking forward to going into Milwaukee here. Yeah, October 3rd.
I was at Milwaukee last year and I was pretty fast. I was running second place for most of the race. But I don't think we had these fast guys like we do now, like Rick, Edson, and Kiffin. I don't think they were there last year. So we'll see. I'm not really good at short tracks, so we'll definitely try to make something happen, get a good team points day.
Well, whatever you got to do, go ahead and tell Kiffin he's got to be there to give you some competition. So he might be there, he might not be there, but ultimately, we all have lives outside of the sim world. So
yeah, his racing duties are a little bit more important than the iRacing ones.
Just a little bit. It pays a little bit more.
Just a little more.
So I mean, obviously, if he can't make it, we understand that. But ultimately, a good points night race for you, Garrett. Ultimately, you wanted to win here tonight, but still, what was it? 0.013 was the gap between you and Edson. So I mean, it hurts, but that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, from where I was on the backstretch to finish there, to be able to hold it on that high line in turn 3, that was definitely it scared me a little bit, but it worked out in the long run. But I always have those thoughts. What if I side drafted him just a little more?
Yeah, you're always gonna have those what ifs, especially when you finish second. But ultimately, you can't harp on yourself too much. You gotta go ahead and get ready for Milwaukee. But before you go ahead and do that, Garrett, and celebrate your second place finish here tonight, good points night, podium position. Any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give, Garrett, before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your P2 finish here tonight?
Yeah, second place is the worst I finished all year. I wouldn't be too happy, or I wouldn't be too upset. But I gotta give a shout out to the team I was racing with tonight. They helped me a lot with strategy and just being out on track, helping me learn the car. And yeah, just a shout out to the team, CJ, Alex, Dylan, and Kiffin. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week or 2 weeks.
All right, Garrett. Well, you go ahead and I know it's bittersweet for you, but go ahead and celebrate this P2 finish here tonight. I mean, you earned it. Enjoy it. And we'll see you back out there on the track at Milwaukee on the 3rd of October. And yeah, just enjoy this one. Hopefully, next race, finish in that P1 position.
Will do. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right. And that will take us down to the race winner here tonight, that number 20 machine of Edson Santos. Let's get him up into the broadcast booth. Well, Edson, you pulled it off here tonight. Strategy paid off. Go ahead and talk about how was your racing here at the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway here tonight.
Oh man, what a finish. I'm still breathing. Hello, Dennis. What a race, my friends. This season, everything has gone wrong for me. Incidents, bad strategy, choice, and today was different. Actually, I could imagine a race, 100% of the race in green flag. But if it had happened, there could have been an opportunity to make just 2 pit stops and save a lot of fuel. So it was hard to do, but it was possible. I stopped at my first pit stop. It was on lap 33, okay. In the second stint, could have done more 33 or 34 is the ideal one. I managed for 34, but my car failed to arrive in the pit box. It was pretty bad in the last stint. So I just realized just 3 drivers could do the same, fight for the win with the same strategy. Just Garrett and Kiffin, right? And so I continued to save fuel until my indicator gave me the correct number. I could accelerate on 100%. I guess 5 or 6 laps to go, perhaps. And I decided to go ahead and hold on to the white line. So if it would have been difficult, but if I had saved tires enough during the stint, I could have stayed there, and maybe no one on the middle or the outside line would have taken this picture away from me. So what a sensational finish. Just 13 thousandths. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, very close finish. Like you said, pretty amazing that all 3 of you guys were on the same strategy there on the latter part of the race. And, it looked like there for a little bit it was going to be you and Kiffin battling out for the victory. And then all of a sudden, the last lap, here comes Garrett. And all of a sudden, it's like you and Garrett, who's going to pull this out? And, like you said, you were running that bottom and you just had the momentum there coming out of 4 just enough to be able to keep that nose in front of Garrett to grab the victory here tonight. And
just the nose.
Yeah, just the nose. That's all you need, right? You don't need any part of the car, just the nose.
Exactly.
But what a fantastic finish, and we get enjoy that a little bit longer because our next race isn't until October 3rd, and we look forward to look forward on the schedule for that, and that's at Milwaukee. Kind of give what are you looking forward to going into Milwaukee next week? Not next week, 2 weeks from now, and is there anything that you're gonna test before you get ready for Milwaukee here in a couple weeks?
Oh man, it will be a challenge for me because if I could have choice, I always would prefer racing tracks in 1.5 mile or 2 miles. This short tracks are not my what I'm specialist to do. So it's gonna be a surprise maybe for me. It's gonna be a test because I never drove this car, the W12 in Milwaukee. Let's see what's gonna be. Maybe I'm gonna have some luckiness for the rest of the season.
Hey, you never know. I mean, there's tracks I go to, it's like, oh, I dread this track, and all of a sudden I do good at it. It's like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not so bad at it after all. So hopefully
Yeah,
that's your luck here come October 3rd. Just I don't even know how to put it into words. Just kind of dread it, but if it works out good for you, then it's like maybe I should just look at every track that way.
That's the episode.
But you still got a victory to celebrate here tonight, Edson. You held off Garrett. You held off Kiffin. Took a lot of work, took a lot of strategy from you, but you were able to pull it off here tonight. But before we go ahead and let you go and celebrate your victory here tonight, any final thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before we go ahead and let you celebrate in that virtual milk and kiss those virtual bricks?
So, man, can I dedicate this race to a memory for a friend? Could I? Well, last Friday, my team in Brazil, League Energy, we had a terrible loss. One of us, the driver, Sergio Vicentini, a very active driver on our racing and official competitions, especially with the Indy cars, with the IR18, unfortunately passed away, so we are still in shock. But this victory was for you, Sergio. Wherever you are, this was a great win for you, my dear friend. For you, Sergio.
Well, we are so sorry to hear about your loss, but very honored that you were able to come out here tonight and grab the victory for him and yourself and your team. So big kudos to all you guys, and definitely be praying for your dear friend that you lost over last week. Definitely keep him and his family in our prayers, as well as your team. So enjoy this one.
For sure.
I guess it would be a bittersweet victory. Enjoy it, and can't wait to see you back out there on the track here come October 3rd at Milwaukee. But until then, Edson, enjoy this one. Enjoy it with your buddy up there, and can't wait to see you back out there on the track here. So enjoy.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Well,
thank you very much, Dennis. I hope to be here more times.
yeah. Go ahead, get back up here in the podium position all the time, man. You're definitely a cool interview to have. I mean, if you just win like 2 or 3 in a row, that'd be okay too.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I hope so.
Hey, celebrate this one, enjoy it, and we'll see you back out there on the track here.
All
right. Have a good one.
Yeah,
All right. Oh, there goes Edson out of the broadcast booth. That will conclude the interviews here for tonight. Hate to hear that he just lost his good buddy team member over just last week. But good for him to come over to the virtual side of everything and pull out the victory. But let's go ahead and see the final results here. Pending any admin stuff they have to do, which I don't think they have to. It was a pretty clean finish. Edson J. Santos there grabbing the victory. Congrats once again to Edson from Brazil grabbing the victory here tonight. Garrett Hagan finishing second from Pennsylvania. Kiffin D. Simpson finishing third from New York. Rick Raven there in fourth from New Jersey. C.J. Harden finishing fifth from Indiana. The 77, William Rucker finishing sixth from the Mid-South. Lance Anthony, that 52, finishing seventh from Indiana. A lot of Indiana people here. Finishing eighth, Brian Edwards, and that 11 machine from Indiana. Finishing ninth, the 56 of Alex Offenbach, finishing ninth from Indiana. Aaron Hobart from Ohio, represent, finishing 10th, rounding out the top 10 here tonight. Back in 11th, Travis Rucker in that 83 machine from the Mid-South, finishing 12th, the 32 of Dylan Williams from the Plains. Finishing 13th, the 116 of Bradley Williams from Florida. Billy Smith in that 118 machine, finishing 14th from the Mid-South. Anthony Yuns there in the 17th machine, finishing 15th from New England. Andy Frazier in that 24 machine finishing 16th from Indiana. Brad Adams finishing 17th in that 76 machine from Illinois. And that will round out the field here tonight. Well, I do want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight for the Indy 250 presented by the Crown Athletics. Big shout out to the sponsors, MW Cars, Magnolia Laser, Crown Athletics for coming on board, sponsoring the league. Magnolia for sponsoring the season here for season 2 for the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Indy Series. I do appreciate everybody for coming out and tuning in here each and every Thursday night. The league couldn't do it without you. I couldn't do it without you. So, do appreciate you all tuning in each and every Thursday night. Unfortunately, we are off next Thursday night. But make sure you tune in October 3rd as the Crown Athletics Racing Tour Indy Series heads over to the Milwaukee Mile. Definitely want to tune in for that one. Short track racing in the DW12 cars. But until then, folks, take care of yourselves and each other and have a good